family, it is Miss Vaughn coming to you from my in-home studio, and I believe I was working with 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and even some 5th graders. You guys are doing a really fantastic job. This was one of your options this week, which was our circle weaving or our place round weaving. I love it. It has many names, and we are about to get to the nitty-gritty of the weaving part of this, because this is actually part 2. When you go to the specials website, guys, and you scroll down, there is a formal lesson plan on there for you to read if you would like. I know a lot of parents like to read them kind of before their kids get going, so you can watch the videos, and if they have questions, you know, that's a little bit easier for you to answer if you've read up on everything. But the numbers that I went through in the last video are on this page, so you can, you know, get in there and just really take your time and get to where we are now. And this is our loom, which is the paper part, the paper plate part. Our warp is the string that we just strung, which is almost like the sunburst pieces of our loom. And then we're actually going to finish the loom string by making this our first part of our weaving. Now, when you weave with paper or when you weave with yarn, it's all the same movement. It is a wavy line. You're going to go up over the warp, and then you're going to go down under the warp. Up and over. Up, up, and over. Right? And we normally go left and right. Or is it left and right? Anyways, you go back and forth from side to side, and that is your weft pieces. However, when you're doing a circle loom, that left and right motion isn't happening. We're actually doing a swirly line. We're starting in the middle. We're going around and around until it gets bigger and bigger and bigger until it goes off the page. Or for instance, this one, we get to kind of pick where we stop, okay? And so here is my loom. And I've got the end of my string, okay? I love this one. I hope mine looks that good. All right, so we're going to take the end of my string, and I'm actually going to start with the number 1. All right, so I'm going to go under number 1, and I'm going to go over number 2, under and over, under and over. And I'm going to go all the way around, and I'm going to slowly kind of pull as I go. Let me take the tape off of this because I don't need it anymore. Just make sure you're paying attention. And I went under, I'm going over, Super important we had those odd number of notches, so the next time I go around, I'm going the opposite than I did the first round, okay? So you have to start thinking about what colors are you going to want when you get there. So I'm going to think about what color I want, and I have this really neat like swirly yarn, and I'm going to attach it to the end of my first color, but I'm going to tie a square knot, just a normal knot. That's the fancy Scout term for a normal knot. And I'm going to cut kind of that extra off. Okay? Think about how long you want this yarn to go and cut off the extra and bundle it up in a way that you can hold it while you're weaving. Okay? You're going to continue to weave and pull. I went ahead and kept weaving. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colors. Remember, odd numbers are always best when it comes to art and design. And so to tie off your weaving, you're simply going to take your weft and tie it onto your warp somewhere. So I'm going to take number 15 because that's where I kind of ended. And I'm going to wrap this around and kind of pull snug and tie it into a knot. And I'm probably going to do that twice and then cut the end of the yarn off. This is also when you can give your weaving a haircut. You could take a pencil and push the knot and the edges to the other side, or you could trim them, either way. So my dot weaving is done. I like keeping my weft on my dot. That makes it easier for you to hang and it's a little bit more interesting. But as you can tell, they're different. So this is that opportunity I told you earlier you're going to have to start top painting. So I'm going to actually get my paints back out. I was saving them. Okay. And I'm going to get my paintbrush. And I do really want to cover my numbers. I don't want to keep my numbers there. So I'm going to take this darker blue color. And I'm going to try to paint some dots over my numbers so nobody knows they were ever there. All right. So I'm going to do some abstract dot painting. Here we go. There are my abstract dots. They're covering up my numbers. I really like the zigzag lines that they did on the top painting over here. So I'm going to do zigzag probably on this outside. Ooh, that coral looks awesome with the teal. So now when I finish this guy, it obviously has to dry. So I'm gonna have to let it kind of sit overnight and let it dry before I decide to hang it up. You can use string and hang it on your wall. You could attach it, stapling it to the wall. There's lots of options for you. And I love this part. This one looks better than my first one. It's just like anything at school. The more you practice, the better you get at it. All right, everybody. So here is my final artwork. Woo! Here is my final circle weaving. I think it's really awesome. And here's my one before. So I could even put them on display in my room like so, or on a kitchen counter. They look like bug eyes to me. Anyways, I hope you guys have a wonderful time this week, and make sure you also check out your second option, which is going to be a woven cup. So I'll see you guys soon. Toodaloo.